Okay, welcome back. We're talking about FIFA number 7 Portugal, who just took down FIFA number 2 Spain. Portugal beat Spain in the Nations League final today. Quick thing I want to say real quick. The transfer window closes on the 10th, so we're going to have a video tomorrow or the day after talking about some crazy stuff because there's going to be a couple signings. It reopens on the 16th, but a lot of teams are trying to pick up some players to throw them out there in the FIFA Club World Cup, get them out for medicals, and really test them out. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Also, shout out to you guys who are watching all the videos, the streams. We had like 7,000 viewers in the penalty shootout with YouTube and Twitch. So I appreciate you guys, man, that just support all the content, man. You guys mean the world to me, bro. So we're talking football today. We're talking about this game. It was quite a good match. You know, I think this really summed up. I think actually, you know, this game was good. I think the other Nation League semifinals and quarterfinals were even better. Like, this was just overall a really good tournament. Sometimes we get to finals and they're just not as good. This was a solid game. This was a good game. Like, if I were to rate it out of 10, I think it was like a 7 or an 8. It wasn't the prettiest game of football, but it had a lot of moments. You know, we look at the Portugal side, who I think is starting to play better and better. You know, both teams for me still have to figure out a couple things. First of all, Spain, their right back position, man. Mingueza all game had to watch that guy just get absolutely cooked. And, you know, for Portugal, honestly, man, Pedro Neto and Conceição today were absolutely abysmal, bro. They were playing without wingers for like 70 minutes. Then they brought in Leão, who just, with Mendes, Nuno Mendes, absolutely took over the game. Leão, and that's the thing with Leão. Like, that's the risk that people look at with Leão, because some games he doesn't play anywhere close to this level, and then some games he just looks like he's genuinely unstoppable. I mean, he was out there dribbling 1, 2, 3, 4. It was crazy to see. So, look, Leão, has been said that he wants to leave Milan, bro. Any team that can get this guy in the system, get him motivated, get him to play even at 80% of what we saw today. Oh my goodness. An absolute gem. Remember, he's only 25 years old. Now, Portugal wins this, right? They win in penalties. I felt like going into penalties, they had a little bit of the advantage. We saw at the Euro with Costa in net. He's a beast, bro, at penalties. And I think they had a little more experience with the lineup they had out there. What I want to give entire credit, you know, my man of the match today is Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes is probably the best left back in the world I have seen in a really long time. And, you know, we've seen some really good players. I mean, really, realistically, probably since Marcelo. You know, the other player that comes to mind, and I'm probably forgetting someone else, was Davies in the 2020 Bayern season. Oh my God, voice crack. I'm still sick. My voice is cooked. Guys, he is a special talent, man. Like, because it's not that he's just insane defensively, and we'll talk about that in 1 second. His actual ability, calmness, technical understanding, when to choose the spaces, how to get by players. I mean, he scored a brilliant goal today. And just the way, you know, without this guy today, I felt like he's so obviously the man of the match. Portugal wouldn't have won this game. I don't even think this was Spain's greatest performance at all, or even good. I thought Spain played average today, right? Nuno Mendes was the difference to get this done. He was everything for them, man. He was so good, and it's like we've watched this guy play all year with PSG. He's been out of this world good. Huge part of their success. PSG, man, they look, and this is why match ratings are match ratings, bro. This dude should have been a 10.0 today, man. He played almost the perfect match, and let me tell you this as a final addition to what I just said. We have watched Nuno Mendes shut down every right winger in the world that we thought first. Bro, Salah couldn't breathe against this guy for 180 minutes. Salah pretty much just went through almost and pretty much contended with every Premier League record this year. The dude couldn't move against him, okay? Then we see Saka did nothing against him. Bro, Yamal, okay? You guys know me with Yamal on this channel. Bro, I glaze this guy a lot. I do, man, because you know what? I think he's the real deal, and I think when someone's doing great things, they deserve it, okay? This was Yamal's worst performance I have seen in a big game. I've not even watched Yamal play in a big game before where he didn't play well. This was the first time today. And let me tell you this. Let me explain to you why Nuno is so good. For the first time ever, I watched Yamal understand that the opposition in front of him was more than capable of stopping him. I watched so many times Yamal got the ball on the wing and just sat there deciding, look, this guy's going to either out-physical me or this guy is definitely going to outrun me. And he decided to pass. We saw Yamal be so passive today. And I think at times Spain got him in a lot of 1v3 situations, which was just going to be too much. 1v1 alone is enough of a challenge against Nuno Mendes. It looked like today he didn't want it. So I know people are going to say he ghosted. I felt like Yamal contributed Spain's first goal, served in that beautiful pass. They almost got something out of it. And he had a couple. We're so blessed and spoiled now that we're so used to seeing Yamal just put out like 9.0s, 10.0s every time we watch this guy play in a big game. For his own standards, he did not play well today. And again, it's Nuno Mendes, man. This guy is the neutralizer. I'm telling you, it's obvious to me watching the football that this dude is the freaking GOAT of his position, man. So, oh my God, he's been so good this year. Such a key for Portugal today. Nico Williams had a couple chances where, he almost had it. Pedri played. This is the thing for me with Spain. This is the second game in a row we've seen De La Fuente take out Pedri, and Spain does nothing, okay? We saw whenever Pedri comes out of the game, and we see it a lot with Barcelona, right? And I know you can't play Pedri the whole match, but oh my God, this Pedri is by far the best midfielder in the world. I mean, the impact of when this guy comes out of the game, Barcelona and Spain, how they play without him, it's a joke. It's a joke. Spain didn't do anything once he came out of the game. Oyarzabal, amazing finish from Pedri today. That one was really, really nice. Zubamendi as well. And then look, let's talk about Ronaldo, man. Cristiano Ronaldo, guys. I got to tell you, man, the goal that Ronaldo scored today, I really liked it. Ronaldo's ability, it's just, because it's one thing where, you could get older and you lose your skill and you lose a lot. You lose a lot. The one thing that everyone loses when they get older, all right, is motivation in terms of footballing ability and athletics, fitness, drive. I've never, ever seen a guy like Ronaldo, and I know that you guys will say that, oh, he's glazing him for a tap-in. Ronaldo's understanding and determination. I reposted something on TikTok the other day. It was like some goal. I think he had scored against Germany or something, where the dude ran up the pitch 100 yards. I mean, he's 40 years old, bro. The commitment this guy has to this game, it's unheard of, bro. Like, what this guy must do in all of his off time and day-to-day to have him be in a position to perform this way, I don't understand, bro. I really don't. Because, yeah, he's not as skillful as he once was. He's still more than good enough. I'll tell you this. In this campaign with the Nations League, Ronaldo looks way sharper than he did at the Euro. It's almost like he's really gathered himself. He's in a bit more form, which is ironic because we look at last season in the Saudi League. Going into that Euro, he was breaking like goal records last year. He was scoring way more goals last year than he scored this year. He just looks more built to be in that position, and he's definitely Portugal's best option at the striker position. We saw when Gonçalo Ramos came in, he didn't do anything. Ronaldo's hold-up play today was good. He played simple. He kept it simple. And, ultimately, Ronaldo was rewarded for the hard work today. His goal today was really good. It was a lucky deflection off a cross from Nuno Mendes. He followed it up really well, and the finish was great. It's great to see Ronaldo at 40 years old doing what he's doing, man. It's awesome. I think this guy, if he can keep this form, this is more than enough, all right, to contribute to Portugal winning. And he definitely did that today. He got them a goal. I mean, he went out injured. I think he was gutted. It didn't look too bad, but I think he was gutted to not be able to contribute. Portugal, when we got to the extra time, again, Spain, for me, really controlled a lot of the first half, even after Nuno had that amazing cross-goal shot, and then Oyarzabal gets the goal. But, then, Ronaldo gets that goal, and as we get to extra time, guys, Pedri comes off. Some of the subs for Spain you can see down there. Really with Leão coming into the match, I thought Semedo actually did all right tonight. Ultimately, guys, Portugal just worked Spain off the pitch in extra time, bro. And I know that the Spain lineup, maybe you got a couple players here. Obviously, you're missing Rodri. So a midfield with Rodri, Fabian, and Pedri, you're probably not touching a ball. That's just GOAT tier. I didn't think Mingueza was anything special today. Neither Porro. That right back position is looking a little weak for them. Other than that, though, you have a lot of the Spain pieces that just won the Euro. And what makes this team so great, I do feel like Martinez needs to stop playing João Neves at right back. He's just not good there. And he's so freaking good in the midfield. So I'd like to see Martinez go with Neves and Vitinha instead of Bernardo Silva. I haven't been loving what I've been seeing from Bernardo Silva. But, ultimately, guys, this is a huge win for Portugal. I know that this competition is kind of looked at as like a glorified friendly. I know people don't really respect it as it's some crazy trophy, but, it is an international trophy. I think teams go hard for this. And it was a really nice win for Portugal today. Portugal is really starting to build some nice moments together going forward and heading into this World Cup. And, man, I look at the talent that Portugal have, man. Nuno Mendes, I think they have the best left back in the world. I would say this, bro. I think Ruben Diaz today put out one of the better performances that I've seen from him in a while. I thought Ruben Diaz looked really good today. So that was good to see. I think Portugal are putting themselves in a position where more of these wins together are going to build camaraderie, chemistry, and get them really believing. Once you look, Spain is, I think right now, you look at Spain as that is the team in international football. It is probably the toughest team to beat. That's probably the best overall team. Maybe you think it's still Argentina. I don't know who you think. I would say it's Spain. This is a massive win for Portugal, bro, because now they're giving themselves the thought of belief, right? And that's important. So, just going forward, man, if we can keep getting this from Ronaldo, if we can keep getting this from Leão, man, it's gonna be good sights going forward for Portugal. Obviously, we have another one of those games with Vitinha today where do we even have to say anything? This guy is insane. One other shout out I'll give is to Dean Huijsen, Spain center back. Not for anything crazy defensively today. His and I think some people might get upset with me saying this. Like, his ability to pick out a pass is really impressive. I know that, nowadays, like, I feel like more center backs in the past were really able to pick out passes well, on the platter, dimes from out the back. I just don't think we see it as much recently. Center backs with these incredible passing abilities. Man, he's not scared to go for that pass. We had a couple moments where Nico Williams, man, was really through, but, in the end couldn't, I guess, connect or make something happen. So, guys, I thought it was a really good game of football. Ultimately, it comes down to penalties. I guess we could end with that real quick. When we get to the penalties today, it was so funny to watch all the penalties, right? Because the one player that stepped up, I don't know why, Morata is been really good for Spain internationally on and off, and I just felt like he was going to miss the penalty. And what happened? Morata missed the penalty. So, it was a really bad penalty as well. It was not a good one, and ultimately it was the one that sent them out. I guess the final stats, if we wanted to do a review, Portugal with 1 XG, Spain with 2 XG, 16-7 shots. I don't know, man. I think the game going in Portugal's favor. I think if Portugal was gonna win, yes, they were gonna get outpossessed. They were not gonna have more shots, but they were gonna take advantage of their chances. And I think Portugal deserve it today. I do. I went Spain 2-1, but watching this game, I just felt like Portugal really dug deep, applied a lot of pressure in extra time, and I think they deserve it. I think they deserve to win today. So congratulations if you guys are Portuguese and you watch this channel. Well done, guys. Nations League, you know what? It's an international trophy. I know it's not a Euro. I know it's not a Copa America. I know it's not a World Cup, but you know what? It's an international trophy, man. So you got to like what you see from them. And thanks for watching the video. Appreciate it, guys. See you guys next time. Peace.